Hello, YouTube family. Greg D, aka the DCUO Gingerbread Man, back here with another video. And today I wanted to give you my take, my review, I guess if you will, on this new DLC. So, obviously, a direct continuation of our Day of Reckoning, uh, the story was there. Obviously, some good things about the episode or the DLC story arc, whatever you want to call it. Some good things, some bad things, some things that they probably still need to work on. Um, First off, I will say that the open world looks amazing. This map being Mogo is definitely a fresh take. You can tell that they put a lot of effort into it, and I really do appreciate that. It's nice to have a different open world, something that looks completely different as opposed to just a recycled Gotham City, a recycled Metropolis, a recycled Central City, whatever. So that I can definitely appreciate. Definitely appreciate that. Um, the mini cutscenes in the introductory mission. Yes, the introductory mission is super long again, which is a pain in the ass. But the little mini cutscenes and how they like zoom in on the character whoever's talking to you, whether it's Kilowog or Jon Stewart, that looks really cool. That took me by surprise when we live streamed it. If you want to know what I'm talking about, just go back to my channel and watch the live stream there. But that did look really cool. Definitely made it look like we weren't playing DCUO. So that was very cool. Definitely appreciate that. I definitely like that they're trying to switch things up, change things, make me try different things. So again, definitely appreciate that. I also can appreciate and like the fact that we don't have to run the introductory mission with every single character that you have. Thank you, developers, for listening to us. In that case, you run it the first time, you get a ticket, and you have the option with all of your other characters to either play it or skip it. So, again, really do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for listening to us. Also, we'll say that the 5 artifacts is awesome, obviously, because we get more stats, we can build more variety as far as our builds go themselves. Um, no matter if you're like straight precision DPS, if you're might DPS hybrid, pet, you want to be a battle healer, a battle troll, a battle tank, whatever. The variety now is definitely exponentially grown now, I will say. So definitely gives us all more of a chance to kind of tinker and play around with um, certain things, and you can really hone in on like what works well for you, or I should say, what you have the most fun with, I guess. So there's that, and I can appreciate that too. Um, Also, enjoy that there are 2 OP pieces now. Yes, that means we have to grind a little bit more, but the fact that we're getting 2 now is kind of cool. I haven't personally gotten those yet, but I'll have to work on those, in the upcoming weeks, just so that I can, be as strong as I can, essentially. So the one big thing that I think that ruins the DLC for me. One, it's the story. I'm not really invested in the story. I don't really like the story too much. I didn't like it to begin with, and now that we're continuing on further into the story, I don't like the characters. We've been spammed with so much Lantern content over the years, and I understand that they're trying to not focus on the usual Sinestro and Hal Jordan and all that by bringing us like these new characters, but I don't know. I just can't seem to really be invested in the story. Maybe that's just me, but I just can't. Uh, the whole Gray Lantern thing to me is weird because if I recall, I never actually remember anywhere in the comics, and maybe this is just me missing it, but I don't ever remember there being Gray Lanterns. Again, maybe there is, and I've just missed it, but I don't really remember that. Um, So yeah, the story for sure. I'm just not into it. I just doesn't work for me. I still don't like the long introductory mission. Even so, I do appreciate that. And it feels like we got more gear, more loot boxes throughout this one, which is cool. So I can appreciate that. But again, story mode is kind of eh. I mean, it's not great. It's not terrible, but it's just again just something that I'm not very invested in and don't really care about. I guess the biggest thing is the recycled content. I can see it both ways. So if you look, as per the last episode as well, so there's a flashback alert, a flashback raid. There was a flashback raid, obviously doing Neron with the last episode. I get it from both sides of, like, both points of view. See, in one instance, I'm like, okay, it's kind of nice because people will play old content. You can run some of this old content, get feats that maybe you've missed, because in some cases most people don't play these things anymore. So if you don't have an active league, this is a chance for you to actually go through those things and get feats, like I said, or maybe get styles, whatever. Um, so that's kind of nice. However, recycling content and putting it into new episodes, to me, just feels lazy. And once again, much like Day of Reckoning, the alert and the raid are literally the same thing. Much like with Day of Reckoning, how the alert and the raid were both those King of the Hill things, literally the same exact map, the same exact mission. It's just a matter of whether you're doing it with 4 people or 8 people. This on Fearful Day, again, it's the same thing, alert and the raid. So to me, that just comes across as lazy. You're using all this time, all this money, all this energy to market us getting content, story, but half of the content that we're getting is either, well, okay, not even that. I mean, if you take just the instances alone, this is brand new. Now these are new, yes, but the fact that they're the same exact thing, whether you're just playing with 4 people, 8 people, is annoying as fuck. Not gonna lie, that is super annoying. The alert should be totally different than the raid. I said it, yes. And again, I can see it both ways how this works, but again, you're relying on content that literally came out from like the very beginning of the game. We're talking content that's been out for 10 years at this point, 12 years at this point. So to kind of try to mix it into the story now is just kind of, it's lazy. It is. It's lazy, and I don't like it. And that's my biggest gripe about these new DLCs. This one and Day of Reckoning. It's just they you're taking content again 10, 12 years ago. It doesn't sit with what the story that you're trying to do now. So that really is what's holding back these new DLCs. Honestly, if you can give us a good story, if you can give us something new, if you can give us content that's all new. So the solo should be brand new, the alert should be brand new, the raid should be different than the alert and brand new. And you should, if you're going to give us these extra things, why not make them completely different? So essentially, if we're getting 2 alerts, 2 raids, why not break the story up so that it's the solo? This alert is different than this alert, this raid is different than this raid. That's how it should be. That's how they used to do things. But I don't know. To me, it just takes away. It feels lazy, and that's really, again, my only big gripe about these things. So I've been rambling. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. I'm going to shut up. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, see you soon.